That out to in path, you'll see an attack angle there that was very negative and a very slicey one. You'll see there from that setup position, I was able just to stay a little bit more behind the ball. Hi guys, Danny Malcolm here at the Perth Golf Centre studio. So if you're struggling with those high, weak drives, maybe even an open club face at impact, then there's a good chance that it all starts with your setup with the driver. So in today's video, I'm going to cover 3 key areas. Number 1 is going to help you ensure that your setup's in the correct position to deliver those long drives. Number 2, we're going to show you the difference between the amateur player and the professional golfer. And then number 3, just a really good simple feel to allow you to hit up on the ball a little bit more and allow you a little bit more time to square up the club face. So let's dive into the setup. So what we'd like to see with the setup here is getting that lead shoulder just slightly behind the golf ball here at setup. What I see so many amateur golfers do at setup is tilt their spine too far forward and get that lead shoulder too far ahead of the golf ball. So from this view here, I often see this quite a lot. What we'd like to see, lead shoulder a little bit further back. Now that's going to allow us or give us a better chance of hitting a little bit more up on the golf ball rather than hitting down. Now what that tends to cause when players set up too far this way with the spine tilted too far towards a target, their swing as a result is more predisposed to this type of direction, that more out in path. Now what that also does, as you can see here from this hula hoop, is it also shifts the low point of that circle forward, which also encourages a more downward angle of attack. And what you also see with a downward angle of attack typically is players skying the ball as well. So that also presents some contact issues. As the club's traveling down, we'll tend to see those sky shots that pop up in the air again, leading to a lack of distance as well. So not only that, you can see how things start to unravel from a poor setup position. Not only that, it can also lead to a more open club face because effectively you're shifting the whole swing circle further forward. So you're catching the ball earlier on that swing circle. So there's been less time for the club face to square up. So because you're catching it earlier, now relative to your path, the club face is open, and therefore there's that higher chance of it going right. So it looks a little bit like this. So players, even with a good ball position, just inside their lead heel is a stock position for a stock drive. We'll see this lead shoulder too far forward, the spine tilted too far forward, and that causes that out to in path. You'll see an attack angle there that was very negative and a very slicey one out to the right. Now that was a pretty good strike on that one. I didn't pop it up in the air, but you can see the lack of distance on that particular shot. So let's ensure that we're in a really solid sound setup position, and a very simple exercise for that is, hey guys, Danny Malcolm here. So if you've been putting in the work, practicing consistently, and even watching these YouTube videos, but you're still struggling with your ball striking, you're not alone. One shot feels pure, the next one's thin, then fat, then maybe off the heel, and it can be so frustrating, especially when you know you're capable of more. And that's exactly why I created the Ball Striking Blueprint. It's a step-by-step course designed to give you clarity, not confusion. It'll help you understand exactly why those mishits are happening and give you some simple drills and a clear, structured plan to fix them. No guesswork, no big swing overhauls, just real, lasting improvement. And this is the same training I've used to help thousands of golfers over the last 20 years sharpen their ball striking, and it costs less than one in-person lesson with me. So click the link below to get started, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. From a setup position here with the feet together, ball in the center, just take a baby step to the left, just a tiny step to the left, big step to the right. Now that's going to not only ensure a good ball position, but also as you shift your right foot back, notice how it gets my nose and my sternum further back behind the ball. So that's helping get my shoulder further behind the ball. And then just a slight little addition there, you can just get your trail hand, slide it down the back of your trail leg there, and that'll just get you that additional little bit of tilt. Now you don't need to go crazy. I see some crazy examples sometimes. You don't need to go crazy, just ensuring that you're tilted slightly away from the target. Now you'll notice now my lead shoulder is just slightly on or slightly behind that golf ball there at setup. My nose is further back. Now that's going to help ensure that you're in a really sound setup to then move on to the next piece. So now we've got the setup sorted. In terms of what the professionals do versus the amateurs in the downswing, number 2 here is amateurs, even if they've got a good setup there in the downswing, typically we'll see more of just a rotation there from the top. Again, that tends to cause the club to come out to in. Not ideal. What the professionals will do from the top, good setup position, beautiful to the top there, and they'll get a slight shift towards the target, but then they'll actually tilt back ever so slightly, and then they will start to rotate. Now that's helping them keep their low point behind and allowing them, the ability to hit more up on the golf ball as well, and more from the inside. So we've got a good setup here, baby step to the left, big step to the right, sliding slightly down the trail leg there, slight tilt away from the target. And you'll see there from that setup position, I was able just to stay a little bit more behind the ball. So what that's effectively done is shifted your low point further back. So instead of setting up this way and swinging this way, that's shifting the low point forward. Now what we're doing is setting up in a better position. We're also staying a bit more behind it. Now all of a sudden my low point's further back here. And now what that allows is, because I'm now effectively catching the ball later on that swing circle, now the club face is a little bit more on line with the target. Whereas before, the club face is now open, relative to the path. So that's exactly what we're looking to do, allow us more time, just that little, such fractions, it's such small amounts, but that's what it takes. Golf's such a fine line, isn't it, between a good shot and a bad shot, particularly with the driver, because there's less loft. Any errant shots tend to go, further right or left. So just to recap the 3 key takeaways that you've learned today, guys, with the driver. Number 1, ensuring that your lead shoulder is slightly behind the ball with that little setup exercise. Baby step to the left, big step to the right, slide the trail hand down the back of the thigh. That's going to get your lead shoulder slightly behind, slight tilt in your spine. Number 2, the professionals from the top, loading nicely, little shift towards the target, then they'll tilt before they start rotating into the ball. Again, amateurs will over-rotate early, causing a downward strike and a left swing. And then number 3, that feeling of just staying a little bit more behind the ball, great for those that have been too far ahead hitting down. You've got to feel like you're kind of really trying to hit up, almost hanging back. You don't want to hang back, but that will be the feeling to help you ensure you're going to swing more up on the ball, more from the inside, and crucially, allow you a little bit more time just to square that club face up. And then that's just going to allow you a better chance of swinging from the inside, hitting up on the ball and squaring that club face up to eradicate those high, weak drives out to the right. So if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this moving forward. And if you'd like to take a deeper dive into improving your ball striking and your confidence with every club, including the driver, then check out my brand new ball striking blueprint online course, which is available now by clicking the link in the description below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I do really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.